All right, I'm back from the gym. That was a good session. I live in my van. You can kind of look around a little bit. You can kind of see that it's very messy. I got my tools for building it. I build it while I live in it. It's just a very organized mess. Like look at on the floor right here. I just got olive oil covered in sawdust. So yeah, and then I'm bodybuilding on top of all of this too. So it's like build the van, bodybuild, post YouTube videos, go to work. It's crazy life. But yeah, this is my humble abode for now. Build is not done yet. The ceiling is though. The ceiling looks really nice, doesn't it? But over here, if I turn my camera, for people that have been tagging along this journey, I actually have some progress done. I got a whole toilet right here. If you open it up, it's like one of those porcelain toilets. There's no water in it, so I use it as storage. And then over here, I got a nice pull-out vacuum. Very strong vacuum, I like it. And then my fridge, it's still strapped to the wall. One of these days, I'm gonna put something on top here, and then I'm gonna put some shelves above it. I found a little bracket underneath my fridge where I can just run a bar into it, and then the bar can just secure the whole fridge. So I'll do that one day. We got this here sink. Right here, this is just all for the 120 volt stuff. So like my fridge, I have a few 120 volt connectors, like my vacuum, etc, etc. This vacuum right here, I can actually unplug, and then I got 120 volts right here for me to use. And then over here, I got my stove. This wire gets in the way a lot, so what I like to do is I like to just find the most nearest object, like this pair of scissors, and then I like to just tuck it in up there. Now, when I turn this on, I won't get my wire on fire. But I usually make coffee right off this stove. Depending on my diet, I'll even cook off of this thing. Once it starts cooking and once food starts to steam, I can turn this fan on and then I can reverse it, and then it'll just suck the air from the stove just right out of the van. And then for my toilet right here underneath it, oh God, underneath it, I got my scale. This is the bodybuilding scale right here. Just slides right underneath my toilet. And then, how am I gonna take a shit, right? My fridge is in the way. Let me just take my pants off. No, I'm just kidding. So I got these locking slides, but I gotta make sure I'm careful because sometimes they just fly right off. Yeah, there you go. Now you can go. Bang. And then same deal with the bed. Bang. Then in the morning, you just pull it up like this, and then it can kind of ride on the rails. Just like that. I will get a hinged mattress soon for the bed. I do need a bigger bed. I just got one of these percolators. Right now my pantry is just this little rice cake box. Alright, I got a film in here. I looked at my footage in the gym and the music was so loud you couldn't even hear a word I'm saying. So I had to cut all the talking parts out and I'm gonna bring it all here. So during this lift, I felt really weak. I just went to Norway and I lost 20 pounds when I was in Norway. Didn't have any access to gyms because we were just hiking the whole time. We would wake up super early and we just hike all day. I felt weak. So we trained upper lower. Today was an upper day. We were on the cable fly machine. I had my camera pointed at me while I was filming my workout and everybody was just like walking in and everybody could just see me filming. It was kind of embarrassing. But anyways, it's a new gym. I'm always bouncing around new gyms because I basically just live where work takes me. And my job sites change quite often. It's almost impossible for me to actually get a lease at an apartment. If I were to get a lease at an apartment, I'd be there for like 6 months and then I'd already switched to 5 different job sites. So I'm always just going where work takes me, right? Every time I switch gyms, every single machine targets different micro muscles. And the weights are a little bit different too. So before my Norway trip, when I used that machine at a different gym, I was doing 8 reps for 230 pounds, but that drastically changed on this machine. I had to lower the weight a lot, and I only ended up getting like 6 reps that time. That cable machine is trained in the mid position. was this machine press. That is trained in the mid, big on track and everything. Last time I used that machine, I was able to do like 180 pounds for 8 reps. 8 reps is pretty good on the hypertrophy range of hitting your reps. Usually it's around 6 to 12. So I'm not really butthurt if I only get 6 reps on that machine using the same exact weight when I'm switching a new gym. However, if I'm using that same machine, last week I get 8 reps and then I get 6 reps with the same amount of load, then I'd be concerned because it's the same machine. But because the machines are a little bit different whenever I switch to a new gym, I don't really care if I train 8 reps on the machine at my last gym. New gym, I only train and get 6 reps. You can't calculate that perfectly. All right, the chest grows best in the lengthened position, so I threw in some dumbbell chest presses. In the beginning of my lift, I did 2 chest exercises that were trained in the mid position, which is, don't ask me why I decided to do that. I will throw in 1 lengthened position movement at the end of my lift. Also, don't ask me why I did that. I should have did it in the beginning. If chest is trained best in the lengthened position, you should train it first. 70 pounds for 8 reps. Trained in the lengthened position. However, any other movement, I'm training in all 3 positions. Short, mid, lengthened. Or I'll do mid, short, mid, lengthened, short to mid, as long as you're doing all 3 of the different positions. With that being said, now you can train 1 exercise in the mid position, 1 exercise in the short position, 1 exercise in the lengthened position. Now you're getting all 3 positions, 3 exercises, 1 set each, 4 days a week, 12 sets per week. You're not overtraining, you're not undertraining, you're staying right in the middle range with 12 sets a week for every single muscle. Powerhouse is probably my favorite gym. Only the ones that are open 24/7. Because some people gotta hit the gym before work and some people start work early. I'm one of those people. I need to have a 24/7 gym. I'm getting there before 4 in the morning. The only problem with Powerhouse is you can't go to different locations. They have this setup where you can only go to 1 Powerhouse at a time unless you decide to buy a bunch of Powerhouse memberships. But they don't allow you to go to different locations off of 1 membership, which really sucks. This Powerhouse would definitely be a 10 out of 10 gym if they allowed you to go to multiple different Powerhouses, if they had the same chain all the way through. Yes, it's a big anabolic gym. I've had arguments with people. People yelled at me at Powerhouse about stupid shit. People try to argue with you what's healthier and what's not, and they'll get angry if you have a different opinion. But that's honestly fine by me. I don't mind going in, arguing with people. I'm trying to do my own thing. It's kind of a waste of time to argue. I got other things I gotta be doing. So it's whatever. And then the anabolics, that doesn't really bother me either. If you're jacked and you take anabolics, that's still fucking inspiring. I'm still gonna look at your physique. I'm still gonna feel inspired whether you're natty or not. So I'm walking into a gym where everybody looks jacked. Everyone's training hard. What do you think that's gonna do with me, right? If you go to a barbershop enough times, eventually you're gonna get a haircut. Same applies with the gym. If you're going to a gym, everybody's jacked, eventually you're gonna get jacked too. So perfect setup. So anyways, I switched over to shoulders and I did low unilateral cable raises as close to the machine as possible, so it's trained in the short position. Lengthened position movement for the shoulder, which is the dumbbell lateral raise with the dumbbells. Mid position movement, dumbbell overhead press. So then lats, I went pretty straightforward with lats. I did a few exercises. I believe I only filmed one of them though. Long rests, 4-minute rests. I saw this really cool handle that I never tried before, but I knew that it was gonna hit my rhomboids and my lats at the same time really well, so I used that. Never even done that exercise before my entire life, but I basically am doing that to replace the D handle pull downs, and I honestly like using that thing better. Been supersetting near the end of my lift when people start to show up, because every once in a while there's always somebody that comes in, and then even though it's one other person, they still end up taking the one machine that you need to use or the one set of dumbbells that you need to use. So I'll start supersetting when people start walking in. Even though 2 or 3 people walk in, I still am gonna superset, because like I just said, you're gonna take all your stuff. Sharing is caring, but if you're running a program, you gotta use your brain a lot. I like to just track everything right here and just do what my phone tells me to do. If somebody walks in and they're sharing, then I have to use my brain, right? So I like to show up when nobody's there, get it done, da-da-da. Biceps, concentration curl, trained in the lengthened position. But just think here, right? Slow reps, full range of motion, full control. Nice and slow, training to failure every time. A weekly progressive overload, whether you're adding reps or you're adding weight. Lean bulk, 200 calorie surplus. You're gaining a quarter pound to a pound a week. 1 mini cut per year. 20 sets each muscle per week with a deload once every few months. That's really all you need to build muscle fast. I like to go a little bit beyond that, and I always, in everything, in all realms, I like to go all in with everything. If I'm gonna lift weights, I'm gonna train like a professional athlete. I'm building this van right here. I'm gonna live in it. It's gonna be an amazing house. People are gonna look at my creeper van on the outside, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, creeper van." The doors are gonna open, and their eyes are gonna pop out of their head. I go all out for everything. I don't usually check out the pump, but we're gonna look at the pump. You can already see forearms are looking vascular. Let's see what we're working with here. Well, nah, I feel good. This looks good. I think my chest is growing. I bet if I shave my chest, it'll look even better. Abs. Gotta start training abs. Every time I train abs, I hurt my low back. So if anybody in the comment section can give me advice on that, I'd appreciate it. But we're looking pretty good. Shoulders look good. Yeah, I'll take it. I didn't even train triceps. I don't know why I'm doing that. But yeah, you get the gist. We look good. I don't really know much posing. I just want to look good. I don't want to be like a professional poser. But and we got a vein showing up. That's always a good thing. Muscle's getting so big it's pushing the veins right out, so I'll take that.